In honor of today's release of the Eras Tour docuseries, I decided to make my own 10-minute version docuseries of how I fell into the Swiftie cult further and further over the past 3 years. While I'd never been to a Taylor Swift concert, I've always listened to her music ever since her career began. It's dominated my iPod, my love songs, my sad songs. And in 2023, I decided to do a photo project with my friend Charles, who's also a photographer, covering all the Taylor Swift album covers. This project was half a lighting assignment for him and half a response to personal life events in my life. Charles and I really studied the lighting on these covers to get them perfect. For most of the shoots, my hairstylist Amanda did my hair and my makeup, and we just went all out. So this was all during the time of the Eras Tour, at least when it first started, and I was on Instagram watching grainy live streams of all the concerts. I was in the chats making new friends and just having a total blast, clowning for what she was going to do next, what outfits she was going to wear, what surprise song she was going to do. And I eventually decided that I had to go to the Eras Tour, so I bought a ticket. I bought it from a reseller, so I paid an astronomical amount of money, but I was 10th row from the stage, and for me, it was kind of worth it. There is something so spectacular and so unique about the Eras Tour, where you are just surrounded by 80,000 other women and girls who are just deeply in love with this music, who are deeply affected by many of these songs. Everyone's singing every lyric. Everyone's dancing. People are crying. Like, it was just a really magical thing to experience. And I'm so glad that I went. Anyway, so the tour is over and I decide I still want to continue the project. So Charles and I shoot Evermore. We shoot Debut. And of course I get my hair done. We recruited another hairstylist to help me with the French braid. And my photo project is now going into the middle of 2024. So during this time, Taylor Swift actually announced more dates to the Eras Tour, and I was able to grab a pre-sale code for the Vancouver show. So this was her final shows of all the tours. And I was able to get tickets, 4th row from the stage. Notably, this time my daughter was going to get to go, and I had since turned her into a Swiftie as well. And in fact, her birthday was just a few weeks before the Eras Tour, so we decided to make it an Eras-themed birthday party. I went all out on decorations, on food. I themed everything. So about a week after the party, we take off for Vancouver. We road trip from Northern California all the way up to Canada. And when we get to Canada, I think it's called the Capilano State Park. I think it's a state park. Anyway, it's the Capilano Suspension Bridge. Every year they do a light show there, and they decided this year to make it entirely Taylor Swift themed. It was so gorgeous and so magical. It was a winter wonderland with so many Eras-coded puns and signs and displays. The music was on point. It was so gorgeous. And so the next day was the Eras Tour, and we got dressed up. I wore the same costume instead of making a new one. And, I mean, what more is there to say? Here's a bunch of images and video. I took a ton. I was 4th row from the stage, so I was not going to pass it up. I told my daughter, enjoy the show. I'll take photos. I'll take video. And of course I did. I was one of those insufferable people who didn't put their phone down for half the concert. And I regret nothing. I got some pretty spectacular photos for an iPhone. I had a really hard time cutting out footage from this video, and this video had originally been over an hour long. So I'm just going to make you watch these. These were some of my favorite moments. The Reputation set is so killer. The Tortured Poets set was really cool, although 30 songs on that album, and she plays none of my favorites in the eras, but it's okay. And the best part of the show, of course, is the surprise songs. She played Last Kiss, which is one of my favorite songs off of Speak Now, and she paired that with Gracie Abrams' I Love You, I'm Sorry. Also, I didn't mention it, but at the first show, at the Santa Clara show, she wasn't yet mashing up songs, but on guitar we got Right Where You Left Me with Aaron Jessner. And then on piano she played Castles Crumbling for the very first time, and I was really devastated that Haley wasn't there to play it with her. So we get back home and the Eras tour is now over. It's so sad. There's like emotional videos with some of the influencers that I followed, and there's just this sense of like the end of an era. But I wasn't done, so I actually decided that we were going to do 12 days of Swiftmas. And so I decorated the tree using our extra friendship bracelets, other ornaments that I had, and a couple that I bought specifically Taylor Swift themed. Then we decided each night to make a meal based on one of the albums. So I used all kinds of puns from lyrics and song titles to name the food. I know it's so ridiculous and so extra, and actually a lot of this, it took hours to prepare and to cook and to set up. And what I thought was going to be an opportunity for me to practice food photography ended up being an exhausting disaster by the end of the night. Sometimes we wouldn't be done until midnight, and the food would be cold by the time we ate it. And most of the photos were not food photography, really. They were more like still lifes, like really cheesy still lifes. But I had so much fun with it. I would not do it again because it killed me. And I ate so many cookies, so much crap during this time. So I would not recommend it, but it was really fun at the time. So now what? So where do we go from here? Eras tour is over. It's now 2025. So I decide, well, my favorite album is the Tortured Poets album. The Tortured Poets Apartment is a masterpiece. Like, there is no album like it. And honestly, it changed my life. The lyrics are so rich. The songs are so chilling and so raw. Like, I just love the way she wrote on this album, and I love the music. On top of that, I love the album photography. So I decided not only would I do the cover, which I did with my friend Sophia, who's also a photographer, but I decided on my own I would go ahead and shoot all the other images used throughout the various album photo shoots. So I've been having a lot of fun with that, and I'm not done. I still have some to edit, and I still have some to shoot. As for The Life of a Showgirl, I have not yet decided if I'm going to do that. It seems very intimidating costume-wise and sex appeal-wise. So we'll see. Maybe if I have enough people ask for it, I'll think about it. But yeah, I don't know what to really update other than I'm still working on Tortured Poets, and I haven't watched the docuseries yet. I could have watched it at midnight, but I'm going to wait for my daughter. She's going to her dad's this weekend, so we'll watch it Sunday night. So don't spoil it for me. And if you have any photo requests, or if you want to get involved with the project, hit me up. Swifties only, of course.